Now moving on to the third rapporteur, Mr. Busoy.
Mulțumesc foarte mult.
Thank you, President. Dear colleagues, commissioners, I would like to thank those who helped me in drafting the SOLVIT report, so the Secretariat and all the shadow rapporteurs and all the colleagues who were interested in this report and contributed to the final result. SOLVIT offers informal solutions to the problem arising from incorrect application of the legislation on the single market. It is extremely useful for the consumers and for the companies on the market so as to obtain benefits from the European legislation. We do face implementation problems in what concerns the single market, and I find SOLVIT a very good alternative to the judicial solution, given that our courts are overloaded with work. We have to take into account the fact that there's a growth in the number of SOLVIT cases, and from this point of view, SOLVIT is the victim of its own success. So as to be able to solve quality services to the companies in the EU, the SOLVIT centers, which are understaffed, should obtain more personnel. The staffing should be controlled and streamlined, given the population of the country and the number of cases that the SOLVIT centers dealt with in the past. We need to staff the SOLVIT centers only if we need to do so. Of course, this implies some costs as well, and the report invites the member states to finance the staffing of the centers and to deal with alternative financing methods as well. We want to promote the SOLVIT network, and I personally, and I think you all agree, is extremely important. SMEs can save important amounts of money that they can reinvest by using the SOLVIT centers instead of using the judicial redress ways. And in what concerns consumers, consumers can avoid long and costly judicial redress sources. But companies need to know that this network is efficient, first and foremost, so we should have a proactive involvement of the Member States and the Commission and of the members of this Parliament so as to promote SOLVIT. We need to use the media, we need to use information campaigns organized by the Member States, and we also need to create a single SOLVIT portal gateway. We need to promote European legislation in this field, and we can appoint a responsible for this so as to promote the SOLVIT network. As European members, as members of Parliament, we can contribute to raising awareness in the national parliaments. The exchange of good practices in the member states for the promotion of SOLVIT and the resolution of the problems related to this network are two other elements promoted in my report. So good ideas can be promoted and disseminated at a national level to the benefit of everybody. SOLVIT deals with many cases which do not fall under its competence, and the petitions submitted to the Petty Committee of the Parliament can be a solution if SOLVIT cannot solve these cases. So we just suggest that there should be a link to the site of the Petty Committee in Parliament and to the specialized committee in the national parliaments as well. These are some of my main ideas, and I think that my ideas could improve the quality of the network so as to improve the assistance given to customers. SOLVIT has an enormous potential, but we should continue to analyze it so as to value its potential to the maximum. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So this covers the introductions by the three rapporteurs. I'd like to give the floor to the two commissioners from various remits. They are involved in the discussion today, so I'd like to give the floor